Good morning. It's Saturday, November 7th. Yesterday, anyway, I mentioned the class I taught at William Jewell College. And in that semester, I had a variety of sort of oddball assignments, but I think they were useful, and I'd like to share some of them. One of them was that because it was a fall semester, the art department was doing a Christmas sale, and that had been known, and it was something that had happened over the years. So I required the students to clerk. I couldn't require them to sell their work, but they had to pull a 2-hour shift. They had to help either set up or take down. They had to dress. Now, that could be a plain t-shirt. It just couldn't be something with like a beer company logo on it or something like that. They had to show up and interact with people and wrap up pots. I think the art department had a table for taking the cash because they could also take credit cards. So they didn't have a financial responsibility. But as part of that, I required them to come up with a name for their business for a day. We were not going to be William Jewell Ceramics 1. Although that might have been one of the possibilities, because what I did was I introduced them to brainstorming, at least my version of it. Apparently the person who invented it had this idea that you could brainstorm within like a 2-hour period in a corporate setting and come up with your solutions. I don't believe creativity happens that quickly necessarily. So we had weeks. We knew about this ahead of time. And I required everyone to come up with at least one idea. And we had to have 100. And of course, they wanted to stop at 40, they wanted to stop at 50, they wanted to stop at 60. I included some of my own ideas, but having 100 freed them up. And they stopped again worrying about authorship. Well, this is a good idea because it was my idea. And we got some really goofy ones, and they were easy to toss out. And once we got the 100, we worked backwards, removing some. And of course, the first 50 were pretty easy. And what they began to figure out was what they weren't. And when we got to the final 20, they were perfectly good ones, but they didn't match the group. And when they finally got down to their idea, 4 guys, 3 girls, and a clay studio, it was theirs, and they were happy with it. And I recommend it to anybody trying to come up with a business name. Have a good day.